Hey guys, what is going on? So I'm back with another record prediction video for the 2021 season. So today we're doing the AFC South. The last video was the AFC North. So if you see, some games already filled in, that's because the site that I'm using, Playoff Predictors, remembers the games that I already chose. So you can see the AFC North record right there in, I guess that would be the top left corner of your screen. So yeah, before I get into this video, if you're new here, I would so appreciate if you subscribed because I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the NFL season starts. We're almost there, a couple more hundred to go. So yeah, I would just really appreciate it if you're new here and you want to subscribe. That would be awesome. So let's just get into this video. So we're going to be starting with the Colts. The thing to remember here is Carson Wentz is going to be out for the beginning of the season. I feel like he's gonna be back by, I don't know, like week 7 the latest. I feel like he's gonna be back around mid-October at the latest. So this first game here versus the Seahawks, I think they're gonna lose this game. Then versus the Rams, I think they're gonna lose this game. Then versus the Titans, I think the Titans are gonna win this game too. But you know what? I think they can beat the Dolphins. And the thing is, Jacob Eason looked pretty good in preseason. So did Sam Ehlinger. So I don't think the Colts are going to be like terrible to start the season, but they have a tough start, on their schedule. They have just tough teams they have to face, like the Seahawks, the Rams, and Titans. Those are all playoff teams from last season. So it's just like a tough way to start a season, especially when you're starting without your starting quarterback. Then they play the Texans, and that's going to be a win for the Colts. Also, this game was already selected before in the last video, and I guess I assumed Carson Wentz would be back by this week because I don't know if they can beat the Ravens without Carson Wentz. But I don't know. At week 5, we might be saying like, wow, Eason is a great quarterback. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. There could be some crazy storylines, but yeah, if Carson Wentz is back, I think they could beat the Ravens, but if he's not, I don't think they can. But that's just from the last video from the AFC North. Then week 7, Colts versus 49ers. 49ers are at home. I'm going to give the Colts the win there. And then we got Titans versus Colts. Again, Colts are at home. I'm going to give the Colts the win there because I definitely think Carson Wentz will be back by then. Then we got Jets versus Colts. I'm going to give the Colts the win. Jaguars versus Colts. I'm going to give the Colts the win. Colts versus Bills. Bills are at home. I'm going to give the Bills the win. Buccaneers versus Colts. Ooh, this is an interesting game. This is a very interesting game in my opinion. So the Colts are at home. Ooh, I'm going to give the Colts the upset. I'm going to give the Colts the upset there. I'm going to do that. The Colts are at home. Why not? Colts versus Texans. I think the Colts win that. They have a pretty late bye week. Patriots versus Colts. Colts are at home. I'm going to give the win to the Colts. And Cardinals versus Colts. I think the Cardinals could win this game. They're at home. Raiders versus Colts. You know what? The Colts are at home. I'm going to give the Colts the win. Even though I think the Raiders could be a pretty good team this year, I'm going to give the Colts the win there. And then Jaguars versus Colts. Do we think the Jaguars win the last game of the season versus the Colts? I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm going to give the Colts the win. And this is just a tiebreaker here. Colts versus Ravens. Who do I think would win this head-to-head? I don't know. I would just pick the Ravens, honestly. So that means the Colts are going to have a 12-5 record with my prediction. They go 5-1 in the division, 10-2 in conference play, 7-2 at home, 5-3 away, and they're 10-1 versus losing teams because I haven't done. Just forget that actually because I haven't done the other division. So like every other team is gonna be like a losing team kind of. So just don't look at that stat. But yeah, 12-5 with a 5-1 record in the division, which kind of makes sense because, the Colts and Titans are the two good teams in this division, and the Texans and Jaguars are, two teams that are very much rebuilding. So let's move on to the Titans here. Let's go with the other, good team in this division. As you can see, I already predicted some games from, other teams. So let's start out. Cardinals versus Titans. This should be an interesting game. But I'm going to have to go with the Titans here. And then Titans versus Seahawks. I don't know. I feel like the Seahawks always start the season well. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Seahawks there, or just last season, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I always have recency bias. I'm like, yeah, it always happens if it's something that just happened last season and it's stuck in my head. Titans versus Jets. I'm going to give the Titans the win. Titans versus Jaguars. I'm going to give the Titans the win there. Bills versus Titans. I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Titans are at home. I'm going to give the Titans the win. Chiefs versus Titans. Got to give the Chiefs the win there. We talked about this game. Rams versus Titans. Rams are at home. I think the Rams are going to be really good this year, so I'm going to give the Rams the win. Saints versus Titans. Titans at home. I'm going to give the Titans the win. Texans versus Titans. I believe Titans are going to win that one. Patriots at home versus the Titans. I don't know. You know, Bill Belichick knows Vrabel pretty well. You know, Vrabel came out of that system. But also Vrabel knows Belichick pretty well. And we saw what Vrabel did versus Belichick with the delay of game and the timeouts and whatever. I'm going to go with the Patriots at home. I'm going to go with the Patriots at home. I feel like I haven't picked the Patriots enough in the divisions I've done when those teams are playing the Patriots. So I don't think the Patriots are going to be terrible this year. Like, I can't have the Patriots losing a ton of games. Then we got a bye week, and then we got Jaguars versus Titans. Honestly, week 14, you know, Trevor Lawrence, he's going to have a handful of games under his belt already. So let's go with the Jaguars for the upset. Even though they're on the road, I just feel more confident in the Jaguars later in the season because Trevor Lawrence is, you know, going to be more used to the NFL speed and NFL defenses and all of that compared to, you know, week 5, even though they are at home. Then we got the 49ers versus the Titans. 49ers are on the road. This is a tough game. This is a close one. See, I don't know which way to go with this one, but I'm going to go with the Titans. Then we got the Dolphins versus Titans. Dolphins are on the road. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I mean the Titans, sorry. I'm going to go with the Titans. And then we got Titans versus Texans. I think the Titans are going to win. And then the tiebreakers, Titans versus Bills. I would have to go with the Titans. So that means the Titans would finish with a record of 11-6, 4-2 in the division. And yeah, I mean, listen, I think the Titans' offense is going to be super fun to watch this year with Julio Jones and, I mean, Derrick Henry. I feel like their offense is going to have more of a, you know, pass-run balance than in previous years because they have been a real, you know, run-first team because, you know, Derrick Henry is the running back, so why wouldn't you be a run-first team? But, you know, in the playoff game last year, they were a run-first team, and Derrick Henry, he was getting stopped by the defense, and they lost that game. So I think their offense is going to be more balanced, a little more unpredictable. So I expect the Titans to have a really good season. The defense is kind of the question mark there, I feel like, now with how balanced that offense can be. But I think they can have a good season. And I expect Julio to have a good season. I know some people are saying, oh, you know, he's older now and this and that. But even in the games he played last year, he performed really well. As long as he's on the field, he is going to perform. So let's go with the Jaguars next. This is an interesting situation. Obviously drafted Trevor Lawrence first overall in this past draft. And we know what Trevor Lawrence can do, but does he have enough support around him in Jacksonville? Is that offensive line going to give him enough time? Like, what's going to happen there? He did okay in preseason. It was nothing spectacular. But how is Trevor Lawrence going to adjust to the NFL game with, you know, the team surrounding him? So week 1, oh my gosh, Jaguars versus Texans. So this is definitely not a primetime game. Like, this is definitely, I don't know, even though Trevor Lawrence is playing, this is not a game I think many people are going to be watching week 1. No offense to either of these teams, but, you know, Texans versus Jaguars. But I think I think the Jaguars can start off with the win. I think they can start the season 1-0 when you're facing the Texans, you know. Then we got the Broncos versus the Jaguars. Broncos have a good defense. It's week 2. Trevor Lawrence is probably his second game because I assume he's going to start the season as the starter. So I'm going to go with the Broncos there. Cardinals versus Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Cardinals there. Then we got these two games, which I already talked about. I have the Bengals beating the Jaguars. Year 2 quarterback versus year 1 quarterback. Both number 1 overall picks. Gotta go with the year 2 guy. I don't know. And then Dolphins versus Jaguars. Dolphins have a pretty good defense. Gonna go with the Dolphins there. Jaguars versus Seahawks. Gonna go with the Seahawks there. Bills versus Jaguars. Gonna go with the Bills. Talked about this game. 49ers versus Jaguars. Gonna go with the 49ers. Falcons versus Jaguars. I only have the Jaguars having 2 wins right now, so I feel like this is a game they can win at home. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one, though, next week. Jaguars versus Rams. Rams at home. I'm going to give the Rams the win. I have the Jaguars winning this game versus the Titans as a little upset. Then we got them playing the Texans again. So I'm going to give the Jaguars the win. I honestly think the Texans could, like, not win a game this year. Maybe. I don't know. They're next on this list, so that's the next part of this video, so stay tuned. Jets versus Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. And Jaguars versus Patriots, I'm going to go with the Patriots. I mean, Bill Belichick doesn't lose to rookie quarterbacks. So I have the Jaguars going 5-12, 3-3 in the division, which honestly isn't terrible in the division, but this is tough. This is tough for the Jaguars. I could see them winning maybe like 6 or 7 games maybe, but I don't know. I have them right here winning 5. It's kind of crazy to think Trevor Lawrence could lose 12 games. But I guess that's what I think might happen. But I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if they won 6 or 7 somehow. It really depends on how Trevor Lawrence adjusts and plays behind that offensive line. So let's move on to the Texans here. So this should be interesting, guys. This should be interesting. I don't have them winning any game so far in these like pre-picked games from my other teams that I did. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know what to do. All right. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to go game by game, and I'm going to give my honest opinion. I really don't want to have them losing every single game, but I feel like this team is kind of a mess. All right. Panthers versus Texans. Panthers. These games we already talked about. Week 4, Texans versus Bills. Bills. Patriots versus Texans. Patriots. Cardinals versus Texans. Cardinals. Rams versus Texans, Rams. Texans versus Dolphins. Dolphins. I was like trying to think, is that like an upset that could happen? There has to be like one upset. They have to be able to pull off one upset. There has to be like one trap game that they, get the win. We talked about this game. Jets versus Texans. I feel like this is the Texans' best shot to get a win. But are they going to be tanking by this point? See, I don't know. This is difficult. But I'm going to give the Texans the win. I'm going to give them that one win. One win there. And I just don't see any other wins on here. Versus the Seahawks, no. They're going to lose to the Chargers. They're going to lose to the 49ers. And that puts them at 1-16. 1-16. 0-6 in the division. And here are your standings according to my prediction for the AFC South. You have the Colts in first with a 12-5 record and a 5-1 record in the division. I always do like that announcer voice when I go through the standings. I don't know why. I just do it like subconsciously, like that play-by-play announcer voice. But then we got the Titans in second place with an 11-6 record, going 4-2 in the division. Then we got the Jaguars in third, going 5-12 with a 3-3 record in the division, which isn't terrible, but part of that is because the Texans are in the division. And then we have the Texans going 1-16, 0-6 in the division. I honestly feel like maybe the Texans could get 2 wins, because I feel like they could probably win 1 game versus the Jaguars, but I just don't like that their home game is the first game of the week. First game of that their home game versus the Jaguars is their first game of the season. I don't know, maybe Trevor Lawrence will, have rookie mistakes in that game, like more than other games, because he's probably gonna have rookie mistakes in like every game because he's a rookie. But I don't know. The Texans, I'm sorry if you're a Texans fan, I'm sorry, but I just can't have them winning versus these other teams. I mean, look, they're playing the Chargers, the Seahawks, the Colts, the Titans, the Browns, the Rams, the 49ers, the Cardinals, like so many good teams, the Patriots, the Bills, like they have a pretty difficult schedule. So that is it for this video, guys. Stay tuned for, the rest of these record prediction videos by division, because once I have all these teams predicted, and once I have like my full prediction done for the season, we can go through the standings and see, who's getting those wild card spots, because the Titans are going 11-6 here, and they're not in first place. And I feel like the Ravens, I'm looking at this now for my last prediction, I feel like they're going to be better than 9-8. I don't know. They're a team that deserves a wild card spot. So yeah, guys, that is it for this video. Drop a thumbs up on this video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this record prediction. Do you think the Texans are going to get more than one win? And subscribe. Peace out, guys.